Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview, Rising from the Ashes of Faith. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. If you're a fan of Imperial Might, get ready for a whole host of the Imperium's most eclectic agents, a detachment of returning heroes, a new Horus Heresy characters and upgrades. Kill Team is up first, but before that, let's see this week in Warhammer. So we're going to go ahead and skip through that and take a look at the full reveals and article. Alright, so first we have Kill Team Ashes of Faith. The warp is so vast and all-encompassing that to do battle with it is like trying to drive back the ocean with a sword. It's far more effective for the Imperium of Man to isolate those places where its influence manifests in mortals, heretical cults, shadowy orders, and congregations of traitors. It falls to the clandestine warriors of the Inquisition to lead the charge against these forces of sedition. Kill Team Ashes of Faith provides a lengthy narrative campaign focused on a group of these operatives and their attempt to purge a whole planet of malignant chaos cult. So this is a cool set, and I think it will be fairly popular. It is very surprising to see a Kill Team box reveal right after the previous Kill Team box. I know this one is narrative, and it definitely has a different feel to it. It doesn't come with any terrain, and it's just loaded up with models. But there's also narrative sets in the Into the Dark stuff, and tons of good models in there and everything. It just seems really, really strange that there is this production or supply issue with the Gallowfall set, and that there's another Kill Team box set coming out the week later. I don't know if this was just really poorly planned and they were supposed to be spaced out more. It doesn't feel like Gallowfall is late at all. If anything, I would say that this Ashes of Faith is kind of like early. It is loaded up with the new cultist models, which I think are definitely cool, but let's be real, they did not sell at all. So it sort of just feels like they're packing a ton of models into this box set, trying to unload it before the new edition of 40k comes out and the new Kill Team season starts. There are 40 miniatures, 23 for the Gas Cult, and 17 assorted inquisitorial agents. 7 of these are brand new dual build miniatures that allow you to build a ragtag band of hyper-talented weirdos. The set also contains the Ashes of Faith campaign rulebook with all the rules for playing out this planet-spanning narrative, and dozens of accessories. The timing on this feels strange. I do think overall it's a cool box and everything. I'm looking forward to it. I think it would be fun. It seems kind of out of place in the kind of Kill Team universe right now, but it's still neat. Alright, and then next we have some campaign books for the Horus Heresy. The first narrative expansion for the Horus Heresy arrives, and it's a 240-page whopper. The Siege of Cthonia covers the catastrophic battle for the homeworld of the Sons of Horus, which Varen Ashurdan has vowed to take back for the War Master. All that stands between him and victory for the true Sons is a massive, entrenched Imperial Fist garrison led by Evander Garrus. This huge supplement features a hefty lore section, campaign rules for playing out the key battles of the Siege, new rules for claustrophobic Zone Mortalis battles, as well as new options for units and war gear, including Inducti tank commanders and the Infernus Abomination. And then we see the Vindicator siege tank lay waste to enemy fortifications and pulverize whole squads of Astartes with salvos of shells, apart from the hull-mounted demolisher cannon of the Vindicator siege tank. This plastic kit will fill out squadrons and bring ruins to your foes. So this is a Horus Heresy Vindicator. Pretty cool kit right here, super chunky. Alright, and then next we've got some made-to-order Space Marines. A parade of the Emperor's finest turn out the made-to-order basis next week, bringing back classic miniatures from years past. First among these is the Primaris Captain Champion. Previously an event-exclusive model, this hero of the chapter has proved exceptionally popular. Who can resist that stance? In future, look out for event miniatures returning to sale via made-to-order for a limited time after their event window has closed. So I want to start off by saying I think this is a great idea. Allowing people that are not able to go to events or miss out on an event to buy the event exclusive miniatures at a later date is amazing, because obviously these things skyrocket in price right after the event. So I think this is a great change for Games Workshop, and even though they use FOMO to sell the models initially, knowing that you can get it somewhere down the line I think helps to beat back that FOMO for a lot of people, and I think that's great. For instance, I think this is a really cool model. I was not able to go to an event. I was not able to get a hold of this model. I never picked him up before, but I will pick him up on a made-to-order basis at a reasonable price. He returns alongside a host of captains, chapter masters, and commanders. They will be available to order for 9 days, between the 20th of May and 29th of May at 8 a.m. UK time, and they may take up to 180 days to arrive. So we have the old school Blood Angel Terminator Captain, Blood Angel Brother Carbulo, Captain Tycho. Then we have Pedro Contour. We have the Dark Angels Company Master, Gabriel Seth. We have Flesh Terror Shoulder Pads, Imperial Fist Captain Lysander, and Ultramarines Chaplain. And then we have Sergeant Cronus of the Ultramarines, Captain Sicarius of the Ultramarines, Sergeant Telion, Tyrannic War Veterans, and then finally the White Scars Khan on bike. In plastic, there's the Primaris Company Champion and the Blood Angels Captain in Terminator armor. In resin, our brother Carbulo, Chapter Master Pedro Cantor, Chapter Master Gabriel Seth, Flesh Terror Shoulder Pads, Darnath Lysander, Dark Angels Company Master Captain Sicarius, Sergeant Cronus, Sergeant Telion. In resin with plastic parts are Captain Tycho, Chaplain Cassius, and the Tyrannic War Veterans. And finally, in metal and plastic is the White Scar Khan on bike. So all of these are some combination of plastic, resin, and metal. And then from ForgeWorld, we have a couple characters that were previously shown off. We have the Lord Castellan Evander Garius, the Tyrant of Cthonia, a veteran who has fought long and hard since the unification wars on Terra. Evander Garius is one of the most decorated Imperial Fists, though his brutish methods and casual disregard for the well-being of his brothers have marked him out as something of a pariah. With his Tyrant's Regalia and the Relic Power Fist Subjugator, he is a force to be reckoned with. He'll be available in resin with the choice of helmeted and unhelmeted head next week. And this is definitely coming from ForgeWorld. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And next we have Varan Ashuraben. Born in the maze of tunnels beneath the surface of Cthonia, Varan Ashurhaden quickly rose through the ranks of the Luna Wolves. His zeal drew him a cadre of highly skilled Chthonian legionaries, known as the True Sons, leading daring assaults with the axe Serpentis in hand. Varan will be available next week with a choice of helmeted or unhelmeted heads from ForgeWorld also. And then we have the Infernus Abomination. This was shown off a while back. Traitor legions got up to all sorts of despicable nonsense in the later days of the Horus Heresy, such as creating abhorrent assassins known through the cult's Abomination. The Infernus Abomination, available next week in resin, is a shape-shifting terror, re-knitting flesh and bone into deadly weapons. So again, from ForgeWorld. And then we have some Contemptor Dreadnought Torso upgrades. The last batch of Contemptor Dreadnought Torsos are on the way. They're designed to work with a new plastic Contemptor Dreadnought kit to give your death-dealing walkers a dash of Legion flair. Each one comprises a resin torso and a head marked out with the heraldry of the Salamanders, the Ultramarines, the World Bearers, the Alpha Legion, the Raven Guard, and the Thousand Sons. And I do have to say, these are pretty cool, nice, and detailed. It is a shame that we lost out on the full, super cool, customized Dreadnoughts, but these torsos are pretty neat. And then we see the Despoiler Squad upgrade set. Add some close combat punch to your Legion with a set of upgrades designed to use alongside the plastic Mark II, Mark IV, Mark V, and Mark VI Tactical Squad Marine kits. With 5 left-handed bolt pistols, 5 right-handed chainswords, and power axe, and 2-handed heavy chainswords, you can load up your squad, sergeants, and characters with vicious melee armaments. And then we got a little something coming for a Necromunda. Necromunda is home to many deadly critters that have been bound to the wall of the Outland Beastmasters. With practices passed down across generations, these curious folk command their monstrous beasties in combat while working together the highest bidder. How you meaningfully communicate with the Militaur is anyone's guess, but with this set of 3 resin models, you'll be able to add them to your gang and take advantage of their talent for borrowing. So pretty cool. I like these models. They remind me of the old school ones. These are available from ForgeWorld. So that is it for this week's pre-orders. Quite a bit on the list. I'm after this Ashes of Faith set. I think it's cool. I like the new models, but I know I'm not going to be able to get to this anytime soon. And I know for sure, especially with 10th edition on the horizon, that I'm not going to get started in some new campaign or anything like that. So I'm not sure. I'm really tempted to still pick this up, but I may actually pass on this one. I haven't even opened my Galifall box yet, and I still have to do a bunch of terrain painting and stuff. So may just kick this one to the curb. The models are pretty cool. I like them, but we know they're going to show back up. I'm not sure when or if I'll ever play this campaign. And there's honestly not a lot of appeal in this box set. It's basically just a handful of new models and then a bunch of stuff that I already have or already chose not to buy. So let me know if you think that this was a good idea for them to release another Kill Team box set like the week after, especially with how disastrous the last few Kill Team boxes have been. And do you think this one is going to be super limited allocations and sell out super quickly? Or is this going to be the end of the Kill Team FOMO train? I suspect that it's already ended, as I'm seeing posts all over and people letting me know that Gallifall is fully in stock at their local friendly game store. And it makes perfect sense because honestly, it's false scarcity. There's plenty of Gallifalls for anybody that wants one. Games Workshop is just trying to sell them all direct. So special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring this video. Check them out to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and this Kill Team season has been so foobar. I honestly think that it did more damage than good. But that's just my opinion, and I'm out of here.